Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. My first guest, great comic, veteran, guy who knows what he's doing. Big sports fan, so he's perfect for this show. Was at the Auburn, Alabama game.
No way.
Correct. Yes, I was, John Ritchie. Yes,
and he's an Auburn fan.
Yes, I was. I'm an Auburn graduate.
The great Vic Henley.
All three of the Henley boys went on scholarship to Auburn
right.
and all graduated. Me grades.
Yeah.
Right, so remind us about that. Your two brothers were both there.
Running backs.
Both running
in the
backs.
70s. Yes, absolutely. So my older brother led the SEC in rushing and touchdowns. My middle brother couldn't get past James Brooks, William Andrews, and Joe Cribbs. Three guys who led the NFL in rushing at one time.
That's unbelievable.
So he sold a little weed and took a different route.
How old? What? Your brother's senior year? You led the SEC?
Yeah, he's 12 years older than I am. I'm the mistake.
Man.
And but I'm in the locker room as a little kid. I tell everybody I'm the little kid in the blind side, except it's my real brother.
Yeah.
It's not an adopted black man. It's my real brother.
Now, do you feel like Auburn kind of gypped their way into the national championship this year?
Hell no. Are you kidding
my
me?
God, I mean-
No,
All right.
What a win.
Listen, Artie kept, after that game, Artie kept saying, well, Alabama's still going to play for the national title, right?
I don't know anything about college football.
But it makes sense. That's the thing. Like,
it makes perfect sense.
A couple
that the
years
number one
ago,
rush defense got gashed for 296 yards.
That's
Auburn
true.
turned the ball over more than they did. Auburn had more penalties. It could have been a 21-point. Auburn had the only turnover of the game. We spotted them to. If we're going to go woulda, coulda, shoulda.
This is all enlightening.
If you're going to play woulda, coulda, shoulda, it could have been 21 points.
290.
296. He ran for
on the number one rush defense in the country.
Had 5 touchdowns all year, and I think they ran for at least 2 against them.
This is good. See, when I look at that game, and this is kind of like Artie made a good point.
I finally watched the entire thing.
You look at the game, and it's like, man, it comes down to a kicker missing field goals again for Alabama.
Saban stupidly not going for a 10-point lead. The guy he'd missed 2 and had 1 block.
Yeah.
So he goes for it on 4th and 1 instead of getting a 10-point lead. And, classic stupid Saban mistake. Thank you from Saban with love.
It all comes back
from Saban with love. I'm a James Bond fan.
Kicking issues with Nick Saban's teams. Why don't they go out and get a good kicker? I don't know.
Exactly.
But that's the thing. Like, it seemed like at the time, now that I realize that what you're saying, rushing on the number one rush defense, that I didn't realize the numbers were that exaggerated.
They had 5 rushing touchdowns allowed all year and didn't have a back go over 100.
No
and
way.
He ran for 196, and Nick Marshall, the quarterback, ran for 99. So they ran for 2. They almost ran for 300.
That is pretty phenomenal.
Well, it's good to be in your own stadium sitting there going, well, we're behind. What should we do? I don't know. Hand it off.
Yeah.
Same thing against Missouri. What should we do? Oh, I don't know. Hand it off.
Yeah, well, so you're saying Saban's an overrated coach?
Oh, yeah. He's awful.
Well, or Gus Malzahn is an extremely talented offensive mind who can out-scheme a guy who's really good on the
you were a
defensive side of the
fullback.
ball.
I believe you were a grinder, a crusher, a runner. Yeah. Okay, so you don't think a good old O-line in front of you can't grind it out and play fundamental football and whip somebody's ass?
All
the bells and whistles in the world doesn't matter if you can't knock somebody on their ass.
You're right. I mean, football is the one thing. The other team,
the line of scrimmage.
The other team can know what you're doing if you're good enough to dominate them. Every single time.
Missouri knew Auburn was going to run it in the SEC championship. Mason had 45 carries, and yet, then stop it.
It's amazing to me when you look at the top teams in college football right now. I still consider Alabama up there, Auburn as well, Stanford too.
I would go to your boys.
You got Michigan State, all built on solid run games. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of flying in the face of what you saw in college football for the last 10 years.
Well, it looks like
which was the read option.
Malzahn thing. It looks like trickeration, Nerf ball, flying around. I'm drawing up in the dirt. You're the bottled cap, but it really is blocking. It's a power running game.
What it is,
Misdirection or not, it's a power running game. And they say when you can stop it, you can stop it. And Nick Fairley and Auburn stopped it when Oregon was doing it a couple of years ago. That was a power running game. And Oregon still almost beat them with the pass in that game. But
so you're in the skybox.
I'm going crazy.
And you said, who predicted it? You said your friend's daughter?
15 years old, and looks at me and goes, they're putting him back there because you can run these back. Ed Reed ran one of these back. But she goes, Ed Reed ran one of these back a few years ago.
So how nuts are you going when he's running that?
I'm looking at everybody. Everybody's tearing up. My uncle had to have extra dialysis.
That's where sports is so great, man. And it is the only. We're talking about reality TV. Reality TV was invented 50 years ago. With sports, it's still the only reality television.
I've always said that. Absolutely.
I mean, my God, as an Auburn fan, ESPN was showing all the guys at home. The one guy almost killed his son.
Everybody
grabbed him out of the chair and threw him.
I had done Star shirt. The Auburn-Alabama game was always in Birmingham, Alabama. It wasn't a home-and-home rivalry like all good games should be until '89. Mm-hmm. And so I had done Star shirts or something stupid the couple of years before.
Right.
So the first game ever in Auburn, there's a camera crew there, and they see me. Oh, hey, Vic Henley, local comedian. First game ever. What do you think is going to happen? And I'm like, I hope no one gets killed. And my whole family got mad at me, and they're like, I can't believe you went on TV. And I'm like, I really hope no one gets killed. I was being sincere. I was not being mean and awful.
That's a nice thing to say.
No, it was literally, when my brother pulls out a hatchet that he made in 9th grade shop class. And we didn't even call it shop class in Alabama. It was called agriculture. Because half the semester was learning how to grow stuff, and the other half was woodworking. So it wasn't shop. It was ag.
Interesting.
Yeah. So coming out of an Auburn-Alabama game, same thing, getting in I'm here first. My brother goes, don't make me get out a hatchet I made in 9th grade ag.
That's a threat that I would take seriously.
And he didn't, and then he got the hatchet out, and I laughed, and no one went to jail. So.
Well, it really is a religion where you're from.
I tell everybody. I went to Bear Bryant came to the mall in my little town to sign books. And my buddy lived on the other side of the mall, and it was between us, and both our parents were working. We were 10 years old. So many people showed up. They set an awning up outside. They couldn't do the signing in the mall.
Right.
My buddy Norton calls me. We were 10. He goes, let's ride our bikes over the mall and heckle this drunk SOB. and mall security chased us from the gig. We were circling. No. You're drunk!
It sounds like the Alabama honeymooners. My friend Norton called.
Because he was Norton. Because he was drunk. The Auburn, Alabama. He was frequently drunk on the Alabama replay. Because on Sunday afternoon, you would watch the Alabama playback, and then you would watch the Auburn playback.
Okay.
And he'd be sitting there, bourbon drunk, Golden Flake potato chips, hammered, going, that's Kenny Stabler. And you're like, no, coach, it's 1971. Kenny Stabler graduated in 1976. Bingo! I was always saying, anytime somebody hit somebody hard, he'd say bingo and Joe Namath. And they're like, no, coach, it's Joe Namath, 1972. And so the Auburn people loved it. But it's just like, even though they're whipping your ass and winning, you're like, your guy's hammered. Every week.
I just saw the 30 for 30 about Bo Jackson. Have you seen that?
Oh, my
yet?
God. Oh, yeah.
When you talk about the reason he went to Auburn over Alabama, they get into that a little bit. And, did you go to a lot of the games live when he played?
Yeah, I was there. I was there with Barkley. We're all friends. I know Charles. I don't know Bo, but my favorite Bo story is Bo was so famous. Yeah. He won the state decathlon 2 years in a row.
Man.
And he was so far ahead after 9 events that the last event is the 1,500 meters, the mile run.
Right.
He took a 0. He wouldn't even run it. He would have many points. They were like, why don't you do this? This is a bad sport. And he's like, I'm a sprinter.
Yeah.
I'm not doing. And he had so many. He could high jump 7 feet. He won. Yeah,
he was a point of pride guy. He was even the decision to go to baseball first. He told the Buccaneers, "You're going to waste a draft." And then, but to see him play at Auburn, what was that like on a daily basis?
My favorite memory was not football. Was more he ran against Harvey Glantz. Won the gold medal in the 100 meters in the '84 Olympics in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And Herschel was at Georgia. And I went to a track meet in '81 against Auburn, Georgia, and seeing Harvey and Herschel and Bo Jackson's lined up there. And Harvey Glantz beat the 5'11", 185-pound sprinter
won
against the 6'3", 235, classics. And it was a 1, 2, 3, all of them leaning at the tape.
Really?
It was one of the greatest things that,
Wait, what about
Harvey Glantz won?
Carl Lewis. Didn't Carl Lewis win in '84?
Oh, yeah. So maybe I made 80 was okay. Harvey Glantz, I'm telling you. Sorry, I was drinking before I came here. I was at a comedy club. But
Harvey was on. Maybe he was in that.
He might have been a gold medal
the
relay.
4x1.
Yeah, I think so. Sorry, but
You're talking about some of the best athletes like that's ever walked the planet.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
With someone with that sort of mass, that's the thing. Guys like that, they're absolute mutants.
He broke a. They were playing. He played McAdory High School, and they were playing our high school the year out. He's a year younger than me, and so he broke one on the 2-yard line, and it would have been a 98-yard run. But Leland Hughes, fast white boy from Oxford High School, jumps on his back at about the other 20 and grinds him down.
Okay.
So he runs from the 2 to the 2. It's like it's like a 94-yard run.
And a white kid's on his back the last week.
And trying to get his foot in between his legs just to rodeo him down. And Leland Hughes, who opened his Stanley Steamer carpet cleaning business, got laid for the next 2 years because he ran Bo Jackson down.
I tell you,
You're so famous. White guys are getting laid on your fame.
From a Stanley Steamer business.
Right, exactly.
No, I tell you, his career was snapshots, like highlights here and there, like that you remember, like him cracking the bat over his head or over his knee, climbing the wall in center field. The home run he hit to lead off the All-Star game in 1989 was a mammoth.
He made a throw. He climbed the wall once and made a throw from the wall that didn't even hit home plate on a laser beam.
Yeah, he was incredible. And, of course, all the football stuff with Bosworth and the Monday Night Football.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty incredible stuff. We got to take a break. Vic Henley, by the way, will be at the Cleveland Improv. Been there, good place. December 19th through the 22nd.
This weekend.
And San Antonio, there's a comedy club called LOL.
LOL, yeah.
There you go.
They're getting clever.
We have reached
That's
it.
right.
December 26th to January 1st. So check them out. New Year's Eve, San Antonio. Back with more Vic Henley after this.
The Artie Lange Show. Weeknights on Audience. Only on DirecTV.